Alright, y'all. I am on Chapter 2, Section 5, Chapter 2. When things are going all wrong, save what you can save. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. Leal Tisu. Respond intelligently, even to unintelligent treatment. Leal Tisu. Homestead. Income, retirement plans, personal property exemptions. Case study 10, Rhonda. Rhonda was a wreck. The police had just called to say that her jewelry store partner was charged in a sting operation. Her partner had been caught on video fencing stolen property. The police wanted her to come in for questioning. Rhonda was numb but agreed. She had the presence of mind to call an attorney who gave her the bad news. As her general partner, Rhonda was liable for the acts of her crime-committing partner. The law looked at it as if she had fenced the jewels herself, as if she too had been in the video and caught red-handed. Rhonda could not believe her misfortune. She did not work at the jewelry store and had no knowledge of what went on there. A friend had asked her for $5,000 to get the store started, and they agreed to a general partnership by signing a form they had purchased in a stationery store. Rhonda was to receive 40% of the store's profits. She did not realize she was 100% responsible for her partner's misdeeds. After a long and expensive process, Rhonda was cleared of criminal charges, but as general partner, she found to owe over $500,000 to the people whose jewelry was fenced. Rhonda had no assets to speak of other than her house, her weekly paycheck, a company-sponsored retirement plan, and some personal property. Key points: in many states, a homestead exemption offers little protection from creditors' claims. In most states, a percentage of an individual's paycheck may be reached by the creditors through garnishment. Qualified retirement plans offer significant asset protection. SEPs, simplified employee pensions, and IRAs, independent retirement accounts, which are not qualified, offer no protection from creditors' claims. Personal property exemptions from creditor claims vary. Personal property exemptions from creditor claims vary greatly from state to state. Homestead. First and foremost, Rhonda was concerned about losing her house. She had been paying down the mortgage and looked forward to retiring with her home owned and free and clear. Now all she could think about was whether her homestead exemption would protect her. Protecting the family. Want that to drop something? Protecting the family home from creditor claims is the policy behind the homestead laws. Unfortunately, many states limit the homestead amount to under $10,000. At current real estate prices, little protection is offered. In many states, the creditor may force a sale of the property and keep the sale proceeds after paying any mortgage holders and paying the homeowner his or her homestead exemption. In Rhonda's case, with a state homestead exemption of just $5,000, the creditors could sell the house from under her, giving her just $5,000 to get started again in a new house. Her friend told her that Texas was the best state in the union for homestead exemptions. Texas protects up to 200 acres of rural land and 1 acre of urban land, all with dollar limits on the land or improvement values. A friend told her that Texas was the best state in the union for homestead exemptions. Texas protects up to 200 acres of rural land and 1 acre of urban land, all with dollar limits on the land or improvement values. She suggested Rhonda move to Texas for protection, but Rhonda needed more information. Income. Rhonda's income will be subject to garnishment by her creditors. By this procedure, Rhonda's employer will be instructed to turn over her earnings directly to the creditor. However, only a certain percentage will be reached because Rhonda, like most of us, lives from paycheck to paycheck. In many states, 75% of net wages are 30 times the federal minimum hourly wage. In many states, 75% of net wages are exempt from garnishment, so they can't take everything. They can't take no more than 25%. In many states, 75% of net wages are exempt from garnishment. As usual, the rules vary from state to state. Some, such as Michigan, provide no wage protection. On the other hand, Texas protects all wages from garnishment, except child support payments. Also, in Texas, they can't take shit from them. Texas won't let these fucking people Like, they can take your property, but they can't take your job. They can't take all your money. But in Michigan, there's no wage protection. That's good to know. That's fucking crazy. In many states, 75% of net wages are 30 times the federal minimum hourly wage rate. In many states, 75% of net wages are 30 times the federal minimum hourly wage rate are exempt from garnishment. Also, so 15 times 30, what is that? $450. I don't know. I'll do the math later. So 75% of net wages are exempt from garnishment, or 30 times the federal minimum hourly wage rate, which is greater. So there's a federal minimum hourly wage rate. Times that by 30. They can't take no more than that, and they can't take any more. They can't give you less than 75% of your wages. I don't know. You know what I'm saying. I could write it down. But so retirement plans. Okay, so once the individual receives his or her income in Texas, the creditor may not reach it. A more difficult proposition for the creditor. Once the individual receives his or her income in Texas, the creditor may not reach it. A more difficult proposition for the creditor. Rhonda will have to consult with her attorney as to other states' laws, but like others before her, she may want to move to Texas. Texas is a good state, huh? Retirement plans. Qualified retirement plans are protected under the Employment Retirement Income Security Act of 1974. ERISA. Qualified retirement plans are protected under the Employee Retirement Income Security Act of 1974. ERISA. A qualified plan, being it an annuity. A qualified plan, be it an annuity, pension, stock bonus, or profit sharing plan, offers an employer the tax advantage of being able to deduct contributions to the plan. A qualified plan, being it an annuity, pension, stock bonus, or profit sharing plan, offers an employer the tax advantage of being able to deduct contributions to the plan. The employee benefits as well by not having to declare income on the contribution or income later earned therefrom until a distribution is made. ERISA protected plans are exempt from creditors' claims, whether the debtor is in bankruptcy or not. While not exempt from the claims of spouses or children, or after the money is distributed from the plan, the protection of qualified plans from creditors offers significant asset protection in allowing an individual to maintain a secure retirement plan in which wealth may build dramatically. Unfortunately, Rhonda has a SEP-IRA for her retirement plan. Neither a SEP nor an IRA are considered qualified plans under ERISA and thus offer no protection from creditors. Each state has its own rules. And so they take all her retirement money. Each state has its own rules for the protection of retirement plans, so Rhonda will have to consult her local attorney. As before, she may want to move to Texas or Alaska, where retirement plans are exempt from creditor claims. Personal property. Each state has enacted laws that exempt specific types of personal property from creditor claims. Each state list reflects its heritage. Nevada exempts mining tools and prospector shacks, while Oklahoma exempts 5 milk cows and 100 chickens, and Kentucky exempts Confederate pensions. Five milk cows and 100 chickens. Once again, Rhonda will have to check on her local rules. She may, however, finally decide to move to debtor-friendly Texas, which allows most personal property up to $60,000 for a family and $30,000 for an individual to be exempt. Yeah, but what about your house? Like, that's more than $60,000, isn't it? What about your car? Like, everybody has a fucking expensive car. Like, that's the thing. They could just take your shit like that. One day you could have something and not have nothing, you know, and be moved back to your mom. That's the risk, but you gotta be at least be protected by a corporation, you know. Man, how do you? People always gonna try to sue you for everything, man. Conclusion: depending on the state in which she lives, Rhonda may have both her house sold from under her and have a percentage of her paycheck garnished to satisfy her creditor claims. While qualified pension plans offer significant asset protection benefit, IRAs and SEPs are not federally protected from creditor claims and are subject to differing state rules. Personal property exemptions from creditor claims vary so greatly from state to state that local rules must be consulted. Texas is one of the most friendly states to debtors, offering such liberal exemptions to creditor claims as to attract new residents. Rhonda may have never suffered such a disastrous reversal had she used a corporation for the jewelry store business instead of a general partnership. Well, this is a woman that just let somebody fucking have money. They just made a deal. Like, he even said it, like, her friend needed $5,000 to start something. He gave it to her, or she gave it to her, and they just signed like a little fucking contract on some paper they got from the dollar store. And she just thinks it was just an agreement between her and I. And I guess her name was on the lease or something, and she was attached to it in some way. And sure enough, she's responsible, and they got to pay the victims that $500,000 for stealing. And even if they got it all back, they probably still had to pay some crazy shit. Look at dust on your property. Like, come on, man. Charge $150,000 for that? That's incredible, man. You gotta watch out for fucking people, man. There's snakes out here. You gotta protect yourself, man. I'm pretty sure, like, even if you own properties, that's why, like, I don't know. That's why it's good to start with small houses until you can make a good amount of profit, and you could just hire a good management company. I don't know, people probably getting sued all the fucking time. You're gonna lose some, you're gonna win some. Damn, it's crazy. That was the end of Section 5, Chapter 2.